Yes, sir.
Yeah, I am audible, no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Advait, just put it on a group. She is not there. Madi, Krutika, Krutika
She
or
is
Krutika.
there.
Yes, sir.
You are appointed as CR.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Later on, you just text me your phone number. Huh?
Yeah, sure, sir.
Put, yeah, put it on a group that everybody should sit with you know drawing material.
Yeah, okay, sir.
At least one rough paper, a blank paper. Either sit with sketchbook or with A4 size blank paper and pencil.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, we are today we are studying CAMD. You know, no CAMD, computer aided machine design. We are not doing manufacturing process today. We are doing CAMD today. So just put it on group. In the classroom also, I have notified. I have sent a notification in the classroom. Two more students I am waiting for. 19. So is this screen visible now,
Yes.
Kritika? Yeah.
Yes.
So its course code is PL301. See, actually, as per the scheme, there are three lectures for manufacturing process and one lecture for computer aided machine drawing. As per the scheme, we have not received this scheme, no? Production engineering second year, Kritika. Have you received scheme of the examination?
No, sir.
No. So I will upload it scheme as well as this syllabus also today itself.
Okay.
Just write it down. Otherwise, I forget. So the course code is PL301. And the course name, course means subject, and program means that production engineering. There are two credits for this. The name of the subject is computer aided machine drawing, or we call it as the CAMD. Again, there are three objectives. CO. You are familiar with COPO. CO means course objectives. PO means program objectives. This I will upload. Manufacturing processes I upload. So in this weekend I will do all this study notes uploading work. So what are the object? First I will tell you the scheme how it is. Marks distribution of mark is for the term work. So you have a term work here and you have a practical exam also. Again repeat. You have a term work for this subject and you have a practical come oral exam for this. Now you are familiar with all these words, isn't it? What is term work? What is practical? What is oral? The first year you have gone through all this. So now, if we talk about term work, you have to do some homework that is to be done in sketchbook. You are also familiar with the sketchbook also, right? So, so that sketchbook marks is 20 marks. Sketchbook mark is 20 marks for the sketchbook. So whatever homework is given, you have to draw it in the sketchbook, right? Then you have to do practice in the lab also. You have to do practice in the lab also on the software. So we will see how to do those practicals. In case if the lockdown continues, maybe we'll go for virtual lab, and the lockdown is over, then definitely we'll meet face to face in the college lab. In our college lab, we have NX5, we have NX11. These are the modeling softwares. What I'm talking. NX5 is a modeling software which has been developed by the company called as the Unigraphics. Unigraphics. There are different companies like Autodesk. Autodesk का product है AutoCAD. Then SolidWorks. Then Unigraphics. So different companies, they have different uh, models. So here in our college, in our CAD/CAM lab, which is on the fourth floor, probably you must have seen, we have NX5, we have NX11, and we have ANSYS, that is for the analysis, are 2016. That you don't have to bother much now. Then we have AutoCAD. I think that you
Hello,
have
sir.
done. AutoCAD you have done. Yes,
So is this CamCAD
this is CAMD.
AutoCAD?
Yeah. Sorry.
Is it similar to AutoCAD?
Uh, yes, but in AutoCAD, have you done assembly drawings? AutoCAD, you are not done, no assembly drawings. Huh?
No.
No.
We
Hello.
did orthographic projections and solids and everything.
Yeah, but have you done assembly drawing? Like suppose a particular one component. So in one component there are say five different components. So first you have to draw those five components and then you have to assemble. You are not done that, no?
No, sir. No, sir.
So that
No,
is
no,
what you
sir.
will be doing here,
No.
and that's the limitation of your AutoCAD also. It's difficult to do assembly drawing, and that's why we will be doing it on NX5 or NX11 or SolidWorks when the college starts. Otherwise, we'll go for virtual lab. Clear, no? I hope I answered your question.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now you have to maintain a sketchbook. Now I'll today also will start with the homework if you are able to complete it. One example. So on sketchbook, that is A3 size of paper, you have to do that exercise, and then on the top right hand side, I repeat again, on the top right hand side, you have to write your name, then you have to write your roll number, and then assignment 1. Then you have to scan this and upload it on the classroom. Once I teach you how to do. Alright. So there are 20 marks for the sketchbook, then there are 20 marks for the printouts what we are going to do in the lab, and 10 marks for the attendance, theory and practical. So that comes to 50 marks. So 50 marks come more. Then there is a practical exam. Again, down gets over, then we will have face-to-face meetings and we will have exam also. Otherwise, we'll have to think how to conduct the exam if the lockdown continues. But practicals we can conduct it on the virtual lab. So we are working on that. How to teach you as well as you also have to practice, isn't it? On the modeling software. Now for the practical exam, again there is revision. So it's actually 25 marks only. It's not 50 marks. So Here it is seen as 50 marks, 25, 15 and 10. But it is not so. You have 10 marks for session 1, you have 10 marks for session 2 and 5 marks for the oral. So practical marks is 25 and term work mark is 50. So that is 75, altogether 75 marks for this. Now session 1 and session 2, I will tell you what it is. Don't worry, what is session 1 and what is session 2. So one refers, session 1 means assembly and session 2 means detailing. I think you understand this, what is assembly and what is detailing. Like suppose you take an example of say geyser, or you take an example of electric kettle. So in electric kettle there are different components. So detailing of that means you have been given a assembly drawing of electric kettle, and from that you have to draw its components. So that is what is called as the assembly to detailing. And another is vice versa. So that is what is, one is session 1 and another is session 2. So 10 marks, 10 marks, and then based on the drawing what your model, whatever the question which has been given to you, there will be a 3-4 questions asked. That is what is oral 5 marks. So show me this command, how you will do this, how to rotate, how to extrude, those kind of questions. So 50 marks term work, 25 marks practical exam. Now how the syllabus is. What are the CO's course objectives? To prepare the students gain the insight of visualizing an object and converting into a production drawing. That is, you have to imagine. See, drawing is the language of engineers. You being production engineer, you must get a good grip on the drawing. You should know at least one software thoroughly. So when you launch your career, when you join company, at least one software you should know. You should have good command on one programming language also, either Java or C++, because that is the need of today. You can't escape. Then second objective is to impart the knowledge of conventional representation of various mechanical details. Means what? How to represent a bearing, because in the assembly you will be using bearings, you will be using nut, you will be using bolts, you will be using oil seals, so many things. So that in the assembly you cannot draw. You have to just represent by some symbols, so that the drawings become smaller. At the same time, the reader also understands it, right? So that is what is called the conventional representation. Then third objective is that you should be conversant with 2D drafting. 2D drafting you are familiar in AutoCAD, and 3D drafting is very simple. Like once you make a model, 3D model, a solid model using this software, NX5, let us say NX5, then once you have that 3D model, from that you can directly generate two-dimensional 2D views. You can directly do 2D drafting very easily. Just a mouse click, just a few, there are few steps only. Like what you do in AutoCAD, you draw individual drawings 2D, so that is not required. You have to first make the model, and then from the model you can do the 2D drafting. So that was your course object. Then entire syllabus is divided into 6 modules. 6 modules. So there will be some 6 to 7 assignments. Now first module, it is purely based on your sketchbook. This. So this is what will be done in theory lectures, module 1, and some part of module 4. And I will also give you introduction of other modules. Like in module 1, there is solid geometry. In solid geometry, we learn intersection of the two models, and how the profile, that intersecting profile will be seen. So that is what you have to draw. So solid geometry, you have to do 5 to 6 problems, simple problems. You'll understand it, simple problems. So that will be done in these theory lectures initially for a month. Then machine elements, you have to understand what is nut, what is bolt, what is key, what is bearing, what is screw, what is spring. So that will be taught, because it's just a second year of engineering, so you don't know, you may not know this. Then how to represent the threads, that is conventional representation, type of thread, thread designation, etc., etc. So that is what will be covered. Then theory lecture will also consist of this classification, there is that limits, fits and tolerances. So this is again there is no as such drawing on this. So this is again totally theoretical lecture. What do you mean by limits? What do you mean by fits? And what do you mean by tolerances? Tolerances means what? Nobody can manufacture product zero zero. It's not possible. Suppose if you want to manufacture say 1 lakh pieces and the diameter of the piece, diameter of the shaft is 20. So all the 1 lakh pieces cannot be manufactured 20.00. There will be some variations because of the man, because of the material, because of the machine, because of the tools. So that's why in order to have this variation, we give some tolerances. It's something like suppose if you are physically coming for the lecture at say 9 o'clock, dot 9 o'clock is not expected. You may come little early, you may come little late also. So we say plus minus 5 minutes or plus minus 10 minutes you come. Because train is late, you didn't get diksha, like that, you didn't get the bus. Because of that, some variations will be there, and that's why we need to give tolerances. Limits means limits and fits. We restrict the dimension to certain limit, like 20.00 is my size. So if I get 20.1, I cannot exceed. So that limit is like घर में बोलते हैं शाम को you have to come by 10 o'clock or by say 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. So that's the limit. And then fits means there are three type of fits, that is clearance fit, transition fit, interference fit. Like if two parts are moving to one another very easily, then we call the loose fit. If they are moving tight, then we call it the interference fit. So that is what we will be learning in theory lectures. And then you have, I'm just giving you brief overview. Then model 2, model 3, model 4, 5 and 6. So from this you have to do at one assembly from each and every module. Like module 2, if I talk about module 2. So for module 2, you will have to do assembly of clapper block. Assembly of clapper block. That is this. So this clapper block is used on shaping machine. So I'll share this how the pop clapper block is. So from this you have to do first you have to draw the components, various components, and then you have to assemble it. So that is what from detailing to assembly. So clapper block. Then from here, then you have to also do one more, that is single tool post in this. In single tool post from the assembly you can do the detailing. Then from the module 3, so here there are two assemblies and detailing you have to do. Then from module 3 again you have to do pedestal bearing and footstep bearing, these two. Rest you all forget because it is not possible to cover. From here clapper block and tool post, from here pedestal bearing and footstep bearing. You may be knowing little bit about this, what is bearing and footstep bearing. So this introduction also given in the theory lectures so that practical time can be used more effectively. Then from module 4, we will be doing only one, that is gland and stuffing box. So that becomes 5 now. So I repeat again, clapper block here, then single tool post, then from here pedestal bearing and footstep bearing, that is 4, and then from here it is gland and stuffing box, so that is 5. All right, and then for nothing from the module 5, that will be covered only in theory lectures from module 5, that IC engine part, etc. because the time is not sufficient. And then from module 6, one drill jig. So 6 assembly drawings and detailing is how to do. 6 from here drill jig. This is what your framework is. And that is what is mentioned here. That is minimum 4 questions from module 1, minimum 3 questions from module 2, minimum 1 question from module 3 to 6. So we are going as per this only. And these guidelines has been given as per that. And then again, here also it is mentioned by 2-dimensional detailed drawings, etc. So we are as far as possible, we'll try to stick. And if the time doesn't permit, then we'll try to zip it, try to compress it. Alright. This is what your assembly is Now we are going to start with interpenetration of the solids. So I'll close this. Is this screen visible? Engineering drawing intersection of solids presentation.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I'll make it full screen. So we are studying intersection of the solids. Intersection is nothing but this. Now here, this particular component is your solid, and this is again a solid cylinder. So this is again a solid cylinder. Now in this cylinder, another cylinder is penetrating. Is we are already studied same thing. So you are familiar with the horizontal plane, you are familiar with the vertical plane, you are familiar with the top view, front view, etc. By default, it will be always in first angle. If you want to write, you can write it down also, first angle. Right? And then in the first angle, top view is below front view. Top view is below the front view. Left hand view will be on the right hand side, and right hand view will be on left hand side in first angle. So by default, it will be always in first angle. By repeating first angle, top view is below the front view, and right hand view is adjacent to the front view but drawn on the left hand side. Left hand view is adjacent to the front view but drawn it on the right hand side. Now, what do you mean by intersection? Look here now. This particular curve, what you see on the surface of this is the intersection, and this is what you have to draw. This 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 curve you have to draw. Similarly, this curve you have to draw. So from the front, this curve is visible on the left hand side as well as on the right hand side. इसका पीछे वाला है that is not visible. Back side वाला visible. Right?
Hello, sir.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Sir,
Yes,
your
please.
voice is breaking, sir.
Breaking. Let me see.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now is it clear now? This is voice is clear. Okay. Hello.
Sir.
So what we have to draw is this intersection. This curve we have to draw. This curve. And behind this also there is another curve which will be mirror image of this. Am I audible? Hello?
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
I'll go for the next slide. So this is the definition of intersection, curve of intersection. Whenever two or more solids combine, this is the typical electric kettle. Whenever two or more solids combine, a definite curve is seen at their intersection, and this curve is called as the curve of intersection. Curve of intersection. Remember this COI is not a standard short form. So you don't have to remember this CO. These are some examples of assembled solids. Some examples of assembled solid. The ductings. This is a reducer. This is a vessel, big vessel. Again, these are the pipes, taper pipes, and so on. Some more examples. This is called as a T joint. T joint. T. This is also called as the T joint. You might have seen this in our day-to-day life. So what is the function of T joint? There will be one pipe will be coming from here, having external threads. This has got internal threads. There will be one more pipe will be coming from here, and then third pipe coming from here. So the pipes will have external threads, and this T will T for tiger. This T will have internal threads. Okay. So we are joining two pipes because you cannot have like suppose if I need a pipe which is say 100 feet long, so you cannot have that 100 feet long pipe. First thing is that manufacturing difficulty, and second thing is handling difficulty or transport difficulty. 100 feet. So generally we make into pieces, isn't it? 10 feet, 10 feet, 10 feet. We cut it into pieces, 10 feet, 10 feet, and then we have to join it. So how to join? We cannot use welding because welding becomes permanent. So that's why we have to go for threaded joints. So that it can be dismantled. So there are two pipes coming in this direction, and then third pipe, if it is to be assembled in 90 degree, then you have to use this T. Or if you are using just two simple pipes, you have to just join. Then you have to forget this portion. So it is just a kind of a coupler. Coupler means it just couples two pipes together, and then you can go on building the length of the pipe, a longer pipe. Not only in our water supply in our building, but you might have noticed in the exhibitions also the stalls, all the walls, four walls where they put a curtains. So that four walls are also built with the help of the pipes, and there this kind of joints are used extensively. This is again a T joint. The material is brass. This is L joint, and this is a four-way joint. Four-way joint. Now coming to our topic. Now this is intersected here. So where is the curve of intersection? This is what is called as the curve of intersection. From bottom also it will be same. Again this is your curve of intersection. This is your curve of intersection. Over here this is curve of intersection. That is what you have to draw. In this case, how many curve of intersection? 1, 2, then 3, 4, multiply by 2. So 8. Of course here this being symmetrical, you have to concentrate or focus only on this, and the curve which is coming from bottom will be overlapped, so it will neither be seen as a it will not be seen as a dotted also. So this is simple. Symmetrical components are simple. This is a wall. These are all process industries, chemical industries, ONGC plant, RCF plant. This is a wall which is used to control the liquid or fluid which is passing through these pipes. See, this was I was telling. Like say from here one pipe come, from here another pipe, and then you have third pipe which is to be assembled at 90 degrees. To this, these are the nuts and bolts. So you have to have a flange, and that is what is there in module 4, flange and pipe joints. So this bigger portion is for the flange. This flange is welded here, and you have one more flange on this pipe. So now both these flanges will be assembled, bolted together. Similarly from this side. So whenever you want to dismantle, you have to just open this nut and bolt, and this pipe will be free, and this pipe will be free, and you can take this wall away. This joints has to be to assemble as well as easy to dismantle. Cannot be permanent joints. Let's go for the next slide. Cases of intersection. There are two cases. There can be many cases also. Cases of intersection depend on the type of intersecting solids and the manner in which they intersect. Type of intersecting solids means this is what is called as the this solid. This pink color is the base solid, and this yellow color is the intersecting solid. Yellow color is the intersecting solid, and this is what is your pink solid. Pink solid is base solid. So this cylinder can be prism, or it can be cone, or it can be pyramid. Again, this also can be cone, pyramid, or prism. So like that, there can be different cases of intersection. Means what? In this case, cylinder to cylinder. We can have cylinder to prism, cylinder to pyramid, cylinder to cone, like that. So if you have four solids, like say prism, cylinder, cone, and pyramid. So if you keep this base solid as a cylinder, then you will get four cases. Now, if you change this base solid from cylinder to cone, again you will have four cases. So like that, you will have 16 cases, out of which you have to draw 5 cases only, simple cases. We will exclude this pyramid, only those who are interested, because pyramid is tough. Those who are interested in doing tough, I'll give one problem on pyramid. These are the possible combinations. So let's say first solid, this is the first solid. Let's say first solid is prism. Then second solid can be prism. That is prism to prism, prism to pyramid, prism to cylinder, prism to cone, and sphere. Generally, we don't consider sphere here. We concentrate on these four solids only, and we get 16 cases. Now, if you consider the axis, you might be remembering, isn't it, when you have studied engineering drawing, that the cylinder is perpendicular to the HP, that is axis of the cylinder is perpendicular to the HP and parallel to the VP, or axis of the cylinder is parallel to the HP, something like that. So that is what I mean here. Intersection means there has to be minimum two solids. So axis can be perpendicular and intersecting of both the solids, or it can be offset. Offset means not in the center line, away from the center line, or axis can be inclined. In our case, in order to simplify, because we know that the syllabus is huge, and again, this pandemic, we don't have face-to-face contact because face-to-face teaching is always more effective. That's what I feel. We will reduce to only perpendicular and parallel cases because then intersecting will be slightly difficult. Yes, if you are meeting face-to-face, absolutely no problem. So this is what. So there are four different solids, and then axis we will stick to perpendicular and parallel. This you can read on your own. Okay. There are two methods. One is called as the line method, and another is called as the cutting plane method. One is line method, and another is called as the cutting plane. Both the methods will study, line method as well as cutting plane method. In line methods, we are taking number of lines on the lateral surface of one of the solids, and then we are joining. And in case of cutting plate method, we are taking number of planes and we are joining. When you will actually do it, you will come to know. So in cutting planes, we cut by cutting series of cutting plates. It can be vertical or it can be horizontal, but we don't take incline cutting plates. Now you can draw roughly. I hope you have paper pencil with you, and of course I'll upload this. So when you are actually drawing it on the sketchbook, you have scale. You must draw to the scale. Now you can draw just a rough freehand so that you don't forget the steps. And then later on, today itself, you complete it so that you don't forget. You try to do it, Saturday or Sunday. That is by Saturday, depending upon memory. At least I forget within 2-3 days. Try to complete it by Saturday, otherwise you'll forget. But of course, since I am uploading this, you will get a help of this because here step-by-step procedure is also given how to do it. Now our first problem is out of 5 or 6 problems what we are talking on module 1. The first problem is you have to draw the intersection of two solids, and those two solids are prism. I hope you know what is prism. You know what is pyramid. Prism means it will look like a rectangular eraser, isn't it? Or a rectangular tiffin box. It can be square prism also. You can have hexagonal prism also. You can have triangular prism also. So in case of triangular prism, there will be 3 edges. In case of hexagonal, there will be 6 edges, right? So this is, we say this is the base. This is the base solid prism. This. This naming or labeling of the points is very important. How we are labeled is A, B, C, and D. Really down also same points A, B, C, D. This is being penetrated by another prism. Okay, axis of this prism is parallel to the VP. The VP is here. This is what is your VP is vertical plane, and this is your horizontal plane. Like this. Imagine that is open your notebook and look at the notebook. So one is horizontal plane, another is vertical plane. That is two sides you keep perpendicular to each other. So the parallel one, horizontal one is your horizontal plane, and 90-degree wala hai, that is your vertical plane. So now this square prism is inclined. Hmm? The axis is parallel. Now designation. As far as possible, please use the same labeling so that you have a reference. Of course, not necessary. You can use your own letters also, but at least for the initial problems, if you use this labeling, then you will not go wrong. How they are labeled? One, this the prism which is penetrating. One, two, three, and four. Similarly here, one, two, three, and fourth one is behind, which is not visible here. This is for the isometric view. This is what is your isometric view. Please get a proper grip and registered in your mind. Now, what are the intersection points? Where this square prism is intersecting this. So that intersection points P1 and P3. P1 and P3 they are on the same edge. If this point is A and this bottom point is also A, then P1 and P3 is on the edge AA, right? Exactly on the edge AA. That is because of the penetration, condition of the penetration. Then P2 and P4. P4 is exactly behind the P2. So P2 and P4, it's on the surfaces. So P2 is on this surface, whereas P4 is on this surface. That is A, D. Alright. Similarly now this. So again you have Q1 and Q3 in one line on the edge CC. Q2 is on the face BC, and Q4 is again on the face DCD. Okay, so the base solid, I repeat, base solid is represented by ABCD, in which you have penetrating solid, which is represented by 1, 2, 3, 4, and then contact points or the intersecting points are represented by P1, P2, P3, P4, and P1, P2, P3. I hope it is registered. This is how it will look like. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is what the prism is penetrating, coming out. And if you remove this hidden line, because hidden lines is making this drawing bit complicated, it will look like this, which I just showed you in the previous slides. This one. Alright. Now register this isometric figure in your mind. Now two assumptions you can make, that is the height of this prism or length, whatever is there, arbitrarily you can take, but you take in such a way that it fits into your page. So I'm flexible in that, it's not necessary.
Or we won't be given any dimensions.
That dimensions I'll give you, but in that what I'm telling, the height of and the length of this prism, I leave it to you. It will depend upon what kind of page you are using. If you are using A4 size page, you understand no what is A4 and what is
Yes, sir.
A3.
Yes, sir.
Generally, the sketchbook that
Your voice is really breaking.
hello. Generally, in the sketchbook it is A3, and our printer pages are A4. So depending upon the page, I will suggest that you go for the sketchbook that is A3 size, so that in A3 size paper you can accommodate three views comfortably, that is top view, front view and end view. So you can take this height as 100 and length also as 100 mm. Up to you. Now this is what the problem is. A vertical square prism base 50 mm side. So this 50 mm side vertical square prism in this 50 mm, 50 mm, 50 mm. Huh? So it's a square, but here it looks like a rectangular, but it's a square of 50 mm side is completely penetrated by a horizontal square prism, that is this, and the side of this and this length you can assume, so that their axis intersect. Now the axis of this is like this, and axis of this is like this. So they are intersecting at 90 degree to each other. The axis of horizontal prism, which is horizontal prism, obviously this. The axis of horizontal prism is parallel to the what? Parallel to the prism? No, it is parallel to the. Purposely, this mistake is done. It's parallel to the vertical plane. So you have vertical plane here. So this axis is parallel to the vertical plane, while the faces of the two prisms are equally inclined to the prism. This they are equally inclined to this prism, or we can say equally inclined to horizontal plane. Draw the projection of the solid showing lines of intersection. That is this. Assume suitable lengths for the prism. Again, same labeling, same points. A, B, C, D. 1, 2, P1, P2, P3. Same like earlier. This is what you will be drawing. This is what is your solution is. I'm giving the solution also. You have to draw these two views. This is just for your convenience, this isometry. And you can refer to this solution. This is a solution itself. I am reducing your load. You can read this and draw it. This is just for your understanding. Alright? Now, this is what is your vertical prism. So first, how you start? You will draw one line, x-axis. Alright? This line, x-axis. You keep this minimum 10 mm up and minimum 10 mm down. So you have to have a gap of, that is this gap, from this to this you keep or maintain a gap of 20 mm at least, 20 mm minimum. And if your page is big, then you can go for 15-15, that is 30 mm. That is from the base to this you can keep 20 to 30 mm. There is not crowding of these letters. These letters can be written very easily. 20 mm is just nice. So I repeat, you draw a line here and then form that line again, draw one parallel line, and below also you draw parallel. Then you draw one vertical line, that is y-axis. So you have drawn one horizontal line, x-axis, and you have drawn one vertical line. Now once you draw this vertical line, then you draw this prism 50 mm equally inclined. So you already draw one horizontal line here. So to this you draw it at 45 degree, and quickly complete this square. If you want, you can draw it rough, and you can also, now once you have drawn this side of this prism, what is mentioned in the drawing, 50 mm. This is 35. All right. So this, you take this as 50, 50, 50 at 45 degree. So now on your paper, if you are drawing, you have a, this is your top view and this is your front view. By default, it is first angle. I hope you are drawing. Then you project these points, this point, then this point, this point. You project this point, and you take suitable height. Let us take it as 100 mm, assuming that it fits your page. 100 mm. So this is 100. In between you have 30 mm. So 130. And then this is, I don't know, 50, 50 to उसका square कितना आएगा? Let us take this as 70. So 100 plus 30, 130 and 70. So you should have 200 from here to here, 200, and then again 10, 15 mm up and 15 mm down. So the paper, the height of the paper should be 230 mm. Then you can take this height as 100 mm. So now you have drawn this rectangle also 100 mm. You have to project this one line and this one line, and this two you have drawn already. Now you label it. Label it. Okay, so how you will label it? A, B, C, and D. This procedure also given here. You can refer to A, B, C, and D. You go as per this sequence only. If you want, you can write it down. First, you have to draw this A square, then you have to draw this, and now you label it A, B, C, D. Correspondingly, you label it in the front view also. So you project this A dash, and exactly behind this, you have again what? Which point?
Sir, can you repeat the steps, please?
Okay, so what I have done, first you have to draw this equally inclined degree, this square, then you have to project this, and you have drawn this rectangle. You have done this much, and this rectangle you have done with a, now you label the points A, B, C, D. The top view, and this is your front view. So label the points A, then B, C, and D. Now you label the A. Okay, that is corresponding to this. Then you have 2 points here, B dash and D dash. 2 points, B dash and D dash. You label that, and you label this C dash. Here there is only 1 point. Here there is 1 point, and these two will be B dash and D dash. If you are able to imagine. And similarly, this A dash, C dash, B dash, and D dash. So how many points you are labeled altogether? 4 here, 4 down, and 4 down. So 12 points should appear on your in your diagram. A, B, D, A dash, B dash, C dash, D dash, A dash, B dash, C dash, and D dash. Now you are assuming that you have taken 100 mm. You have to draw the penetrating cylinder. This penetrating cylinder. Now this is inclined, but this will be seen in the side view. You cannot see in the top view. You cannot see in the front view. See, we are looking in this direction. That is what is called the front view. So in the front view, you are going to see like this rectangle, and in the top view also you are going to see a rectangle with a line. You look here also. So now we will draw this penetrating cylinder, just roughly. Draw this penetrating cylinder, draw this penetrating. Now this you take center line. Suppose if you are taken this as a 100 mm, alright. So you draw one more line at 50 mm. This 50 mm you draw one line and you complete this. Now this will not be 35. 35 nahi rahega. You understand, no? So for that, what you have to do? A rough work, constructional lines. You may be knowing it. This is simple. That's why I have not shown. So you extend this horizontal line here, and on this horizontal line, you draw a square which is inclined at 45 degree of 35 mm and project this. Remember, I am telling you again and again. This will 35 mm. It will be less than 35 because it is projected. So how to get this length? You draw or anywhere you take, or you can calculate also using trigonometry. But best is you just extend this line here और उसके ऊपर you draw one more vertical line and draw a square which is equally inclined of 35 mm side and then project that. So you will get this length. Now you are able to draw this rectangle. So here rectangle you draw and you draw this rectangle also. Alright. Now you name this. We have labeled 12 points. Now you name this. That is this 1, 2, 3, 4. Always see a dash. Your dash wala points hai, that will be always in the front view and without in the top view. This is the convention. Not have dash, and whatever labeling you will do in the front view will always have dash. You must follow this rule. अगर उल्टा आएगा be cut. So now see, this is one. Again, this is a top view. Top view. So this one will be in here. Example that one, there is a 3. So that will be seen here. 1. So name that 1, 3. थोड़ा नजदीक लिखने का. Don't write 1 here and 3 here. 3 will coincide with A. So मालूम नहीं पड़ेगा point 3 कौन सा है. So try to write very close here. और try to write छोटा. Try to write छोटा, not एकदम बड़ा. You have this 2 and you have this 4. Okay. Similarly, 1, 2, 3, 4. So now on your diagram, these 4 points, 4 point, 4 point, to 12 points diagram. Virtually, I should see 12 plus 4 plus 4. So 20 points. 20 points should be seen on your drawing. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Sir, can you please show that question once again?
Which one? This 1, 2, 3, 4.
Question.
Question.
Yes. Sir.
Question is just a vertical prism, and this ये जो prism है इसका side है 50 mm. 50 mm. It is penetrated by this prism at 35. So the length of this is 35 and length of this is. If you wish to see the question, I can show the question. तो उसका solution भी है isometry. This I will upload today.
Sir, we have to draw isometric one or the projecting one.
No. You are not supposed to draw isometric. You are making things difficult for you. Why to draw isometric? It is not required.
Okay.
You have to draw only these views, only these two views. This is front view and this is top view. This is just for your understanding. And if you try to draw this isometric, it will be very also. This is just understanding. If you wish, you can draw it in a rough. Alright. So now have you given points? 3, 4, and again this 1, 2, 3. That corresponds to this. Correspond 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. In the two, there is dash, one dash, Now this is your front view. So the 2 dash is coming at the center. Remember this sequence. And 4 dash is again coming in the center. This is 4 dash. See, magic is always useful for you. We are starting with a simple problem. Similarly, where is 1 dash coming? 1 dash is coming at the top, and 3 dash is coming at the top. And same thing over here. So now you have 4 points here, 4 points here, 12 points. Then 4 points here, 4 points, 3 points, and then again 4 points here and 4 points here. So that is 28 points. 28 points on the drawing. 28 points on the drawing. Now we'll complete it. Just hold on. Now you have to just draw. Now you have drawn this rectangle. You have also drawn this line. You have also drawn rectangle. You have also drawn this line. Now it is very simple. Now you have to just draw this curve, intersection curve. That intersection curve, I'll show you. You project this now. Okay. Intersection points are which are the intersection points? P1, P3, and P4. Alright. And this is what you have to show. That is intersection of this and this line. So this is what is your P1 and P3 is. Alright. So you project this. You will get P1 dash and P3 dash. So now you mark these 2 points. And P1 dash, P3 dash. Alright. Now you have to get this point P2. Right. So how to get that P2? Now look at this edge. This. So when you look from the top, this is what the edge is, and this is what the edge is. Alright. So these 2 points is intersecting this surface. So name this point as P2, this P2. Keep on looking isometric pay and here. So this is 2 and P2. Okay, so this point where it intersects this, so that you name it as P2. Alright. Now this over here. Now in the front view, this point front view, that is this on the center line. Your P2 dash. Join this P1 dash and P2 dash, and you join this P2 dash and P3 dash. So this is what is this. Now you have to dark this only. Intersection you have to dark. So this and this. इसके पीछे वाला, that is exactly coinciding with this. So it will not be seen. And same thing here also for procedure. So your intersection curve will, final intersection curve will be P1 dash, P2 dash, and P2 dash, P3 dash. Similarly, Q1 dash, Q2 dash, and Q2 dash, Q3 dash. Alright. This is what your intersection curve will be. Then in between also prism is passing, so that will be seen as a dotted line. So you show this dotted line, you show again, show this dotted line, which will look from the top view. So now finally, what should be seen? This dotted line, then this, and this. So finally, what is your intersection curve in the front view? It is P1 dash, Q1 dash, Q2 dash, Q3 dash, P3 dash, P2 dash, and P1 dash. This is what is your intersection curve is. Rest of the things should be light. It should be seen but light. And similarly here, what will be the intersection curve? So this should be seen bold. ज़्यादा दिखना मांगता है ये जो है अभी मैंने बताया दिखना मांगता है, and this also should be seen as a thick. That is P4, P3, P2. Then this is dotted. So this should be seen thick. So I repeat, intersection curve in top view will be this. Look at my cursor. I'll start from here. This, and this dotted line. This will correspond to this line. And over here in the front view, it is like this. This डमरू जैसे भगवान का डमरू है ना, it's like that. This. Alright. So let's practice this. You practice this and see what difficulties you can get. Shall I stop this screen? Hello? Hello?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, please ask. See, now what I suggest, no, you should start practicing only and refer to the solution. Once I upload, no, refer to the solution. And automatically you will be able to draw it. I don't think there will be any difficulties. And if there are any difficulties, we'll discuss. Lecture also, if you want, we can discuss. Not hard and fast rule that we should discuss. We should wait only lecture. Am I clear, Rutika, Madi?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So we'll call it a day. Rutika,
Okay, sir.
hello. Is, are you understood? Hello?
Yes.
Understood, no?
Yes.
Just feedback on this lecture, because we
Okay,
are
sir.
also conducting this online lecture first time. You know? So you also don't know what problems student will face. Huh? So you just text me your mobile number and just take a survey and feedback from the students and let me know.
Okay, sir.
If you want, I can repeat this again also in the next lecture. But remember, you have to practice. You have to practice. Because as I told, the sketchbook will carry 20 marks. Alright? So if you have doubts, you ask. If you want to wish, if you want to leave, you can leave.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir,
Yes, please. Yeah.
can you like make a video of roughly drawing the diagram so it would be of better understanding for the students, like how to make it actually, like in you can draw
I
roughly.
understood what I mean. I understood, but for that, I have to, do the video shooting. I am also thinking, should,
Yes,
or I will make some provision for, OneNote or something like Word, so on which
yes,
I
sir.
can go on drawing. But
Yes, sir. Yes,
what I request, you start with this. Let us
yes, sir.
see, you know,
Yes, sir.
because see,
So we'll see
uh,
if the steps
this
are
will not be out
if we
of
can
50
follow
marks.
the.
Now this, see what I'm telling now, out of 50 marks, this will be only for 5 marks.
Yes,
5
sir.
models. 45 marks will be what you do it, what you practice on the software. You know, what you
Yes,
practice on the software. Because
yes,
you have done this in semester 2 engineering drawing.
yes, sir.
So more weightage will be see. We may say 2020. So 5 marks for this, and then rest of the 45 marks will be for software. What we will learn.
Yes, sir.
So what I suggest, Hasnan, no, Khan, what I
Yes,
suggest
sir.
you start practicing. Problems are simple. And you
Yes, sir.
experience any
Sir,
difficulty, then I'll do
can
that. Huh?
sir, I want to ask about the software. We would have to like download the software in our particular PC,
That
right?
is, yeah. See, we are going to practice it on Inventor or NXSky. So we are working on that. We are
Yes,
working on that, and we will keep you posted.
yes, sir.
Huh?
Okay,
We'll
sir.
keep you posted.
Yes,
But if you want to practice, you practice. But unnecessarily, don't download any pirated version,
yes,
etc. Huh?
yes, yes,
It should
yes,
not happen because then our internet connections are on, and um, we may get caught. You know, so
yes,
let us play safe. Understand?
yes.
No,
Okay,
we
sir.
are not forcing you to download any software. You will see whatever freewares are there, or if you can do it in the lab or virtual lab. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Okay,
If there are errors, only those software only will ask you to download. But
okay, sir.
never draw If you are downloading pirated software, then it will be at your your discussion. But I am making you cautious because the caught while downloading this. Yeah. And then the manufacturer, Graphics or Autodesk, they will charge the penalty unnecessarily. So why to land up this? Right?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Anything else? So please practice, and moment you complete, you apply classroom.